It's showtime.
Hey everyone, Django Fett here, hunting down games, comics, TV shows, movies, and more, and this is a review for Umbrella Academy Season 2. So, I didn't get a chance to review Season 1, but all I have to say is it's one of my best TV shows of that year when it came out. I freaking loved it. I would instantly give it a 5 out of 5. I thought it was a creative new comic book TV show, and something that we desperately needed in this crowded superhero genre. So I'm glad that it got like a different take to the superhero comic, stuff that we've gotten with Avengers and all this other shit. So that was a nice twist, and I really loved Season 1. And it is actually based off the comics from the Dark Horse series, which is really awesome. Anything that is related to Dark Horse, I'm gonna love, with Star Wars Legends. And now this is great love for Dark Horse, and hopefully they can do some more, Dark Horse related material for Netflix. That would just be freaking awesome. I actually never did read the comic series myself, but I've always wanted to read them now after watching this amazing TV series. So maybe one of these days I'll get a chance to do it. So this review is going to be slight spoilers for Season 1. So the end of Season 1, if you've never seen it, I'm going to be spoiling them right now. So if you want to watch the TV show, then I definitely recommend you stop this video right now, because I am going on full spoiler mode and issues that I had that lead up to from Season 1 to Season 2. So 3, 2, 1, spoiler mode. Okay, so pretty much this TV show is set right after the end of Season 1, where they're teleported right before the end of the apocalypse. And as they're teleported one at a time throughout the 60s in various days or, a couple years in the 60s. And it's a little weird how they did that, but number 5 is the last one to come out, and he actually sees the end of the apocalypse, end of the world as it is, too, as he meets his group and witnesses this vision, and he actually ends up wanting to save the world again. So we have to repeat the same plot, which is number 5 goes back because the end of the world is coming again. So he has to get his group of misfits, his family members, and save the planet. This also leads me to issues that I had with Season 1. I'm going to be a little controversial when it comes to this. I liked Season 2, but I didn't love it like Season 1. I had many issues more with Season 2 than Season 1. So, first off, the end of Season 1, they actually turn into kids and then get teleported. See, that's my thing. They tricked you with the end of Season 1. So instead of having to actually engage them as kids and actually be excited for that, oh my god, they're going to be teleported as kids and they're going to go back to the Umbrella Academy and try to stop all this and stop Vanya and all this other stuff and try to be a good, happy family this time and change the timeline for good. But no, they changed it all together at the last minute for Season 2 and decided, let's go with the adult characters again. I mean, no offense to the adult characters, I really like them, the actors who played as the characters and stuff, but why even do that twist if you're just going to throw it away? I didn't get that. I thought that was really fucking stupid. Just to throw away all this hype for something completely different. I don't know what they were doing with it. They just changed their mind at the last moment, let's just go with adults. But anyway, so they go in the 60s, and they try to get back into the present time and stop the apocalypse once again. So they think that... So they have the plan of going back to their present time, and instead of having to engage with that period and stop the apocalypse from there, just go back to the present to make things better again. And this show continues what I liked about Season 1, and it's the characters and the writing itself. So first off, the characters, I like them all. The majority of them I did like. There were some I didn't like, of course. I mean, you get love and hate a bunch of them. My favorite is number 5. He's like the kid who is actually the oldest of them. He got stuck in traveling into the future, and he's actually the oldest of them bunch, and he's the wisest. But he's just angry, and he's just an asshole, and they're all assholes in their own ways, and they're all misfits, and they all have their own weaknesses as you explore, and their own stories. Some more interesting than others, I will say. Others are just like so completely pointless and just like, I hate this. I fucking hate what I'm seeing. But number 5 is like, he's awesome. The actor who plays as number 5, fantastic. I really liked him the most. I thought I would like Luther too, but he was a bitch compared to season 1. I actually liked him in season 1, and everything that went with him. And then season 2, it's just like, he didn't even use his powers once, like except for like the brawl fights where he had like these brawl moments, which were kind of meaningless, and like he didn't even use his powers in the end. And I really liked how this is centered in the 60s, and you have one character who's Allison, who's the black actress who plays as Allison, and it explores her being in this timeline where it's a heavily conflicted timeline, where it's segregation of blacks and whites, and it's a very interesting subject and very uncomfortable subject, but you do have to talk about this stuff. And it really is relevant to what is happening now with the Black Lives Matter movements and stuff. And it really feels like it's really important to talk about segregation and all, black and white relations and all this other stuff. And I felt it was really interesting what they were trying to do. And you even had Allison leading the sit-ins in the restaurant while they're being taunted and hated by these white people at the time, as they just want to be served, but it's only whites only. And it's just like, it's crazy, man, how like the times were back then. And like every period is like not great for black people, it's like, and now they just like, people just want to be like, have their rights and just live in dignity and stuff. And it's just like, this show kind of recognizes that. They were building up to that, and after this one point, I think midway into the show, they just dropped all that. And it just like, it felt meaningless to talk about it. Yeah, it was important in the beginning, and then they just dropped it completely for like their story and their conflicts. And it's just like, that's not how you do. I mean, like, the writing in season 1 was much superior than season 2. I'm just gonna leave it off at that. And I liked the characters, but there were some that were just god on my fucking nerves. And even a new character that they introduced, she was just ended up being annoying. She was this new character, and I just like her. And then in the final battle at the end, it was just like, it was like ridiculous, man. The way they just introduced her, and at the end, it's just like, when did this happen? It's just, it was just very baffling stuff. Very, very baffling stuff. And then there's, Vanya is one character, and her story arc, and, the family that she deals with. Oh my god, that was terrible. That was, you talk about a slow burn, that was a slow burn, and boring as shit, man. Fuck that. I mean, oh boy. So, yeah, it was just weird with the final battle and all this other nonsense. And even, like, you had in season 1, you had Hazel and Cha-Cha, which were really cool villains. And then you have the Swedes come in season 2. And they're pointless. They're fucking pointless when you compare to Hazel and Cha-Cha, which were these interesting baddies. And, are they really the bad guys? And, yeah, of course, they've killed a lot of people, but then they start questioning this shit. So in season 2, it's like the Swedes, and they're like these hitmen, but they don't talk at all. They don't do anything. And they end up being pointless too. So, like, the things that they do in season 2 are a little baffling, and they're not as greatly executed as they are in season 1. But they do have a much more interesting ending I will say, in season 2, where it leads off, where it continues into season 3, hopefully, and there is going to be some interesting stuff to happen in season 3 for sure. So I am really, really excited. I think I was more excited for season 1's ending, just to see that, but season 2, it will be interesting to see how they'll pull it off. I'm going to say that. I am really interested because this show really grabs me. It's got some really good writing, good characters, and it's not like this big giant superhero like, oh, beat 'em up and Avengers type of shit. It's a cleverly written TV show, and it is a little bogged down by the 60s stuff and some of the character moments, but I do feel it is definitely worth watching. So I am giving Umbrella Academy Season 2 a... Absolutely worth watching. Absolutely worth watching. If you've never seen Season 1, you have to see Season 1, man. You gotta watch that shit. Season 2, awesome. And I cannot wait for Season 3. I want more of these. You know, I can't wait for The Boys to come out Season 2. That should be really fucking awesome. I think it will be much more better than this show, in my opinion. Season 2 of this show. But we'll see. We'll see how it compares in the end. I may or may not do a review for that, but we'll see. The next review I will do is Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. I do want to work on a review for that because I watched the entire show. And I think I'll watch Endless Waltz, the movie that came out with that as well. Just for the proper ending and all this other stuff. Just so I can say I completed all the Gundam Wing stuff. So. And then after that, then I'll get back into my Star Wars and all this other stuff. But I felt like I wanted to talk about this, Firefly, and you know, I had a lot of time for all these TV shows and stuff, so might as well talk about this. And get back into YouTube videos. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to please like this video, comment down below. Tell me what you think of Umbrella Academy as a whole. Do you like the show? Do you not like the show? Let me know in the comment section. And subscribe to my channel, Django Fett, if you haven't already. I'll see you, my fellow Mandalorian brothers and sisters, next time. Ooh, yeah.